Fuck it. I'm just going to start it. Okay. I don't even have my mic over there hooked up. Fuck. That's okay. Well. Okay. Now we're going to start. Welcome to Studio 475. My name is Tim Duncan, and this is my podcast. This is the first episode. Granted, there will be... I actually recorded this after. I've done many, many episodes of this and trial and error. I don't even know how many I've done now. Like, I got so, like, in, like, a weird headspace with this one. Like, this one podcast, because I'm doing multiple, and I want to, branch out, which I'll elaborate on. But it took me so much time to get, like, the branding down that I wanted. Like, I wanted to look a certain way, and just, like, figuring out, like, how to pull everything together, because I'm into so many different things. I had no clue how I could make this all, like, look right. And someone told me, it should just, if you're branding yourself, it should just look like you. And I was like, I have no fucking clue what that looks like. And I could just go on this huge spiel about what that even means. But excuse me. I thought I had a burp coming up. There we go. Well, basically, that's what's to be expected from this podcast. I'm going to talk about some real stuff. I'm going to have some cool people on, and we're going to burp, talk about farts and stuff. But I have, let me get my fucking mic figured out. But I have some things that I want to talk about. Well, like I was saying, first and foremost, what to expect from this show. Like I said, I'm going to have some cool people on. Just briefly, I'm going to have some cool people on, talk about a bunch of different stuff. And we're going to talk about burps and farts sometimes. It's going to get messy. You know what I'm saying? I like shooting the shit with people. But I came up with some bullet points. Okay. I put a little bit of effort into this. But the first thing I wrote down is that I want to share what I do and talk about life. So, I mean, that's pretty fucking simple. I have another podcast. See, I had recorded this like way before I even came out with Way Too Early, and I just like didn't like it. Yeah, I end up canning like a bunch of episodes and stuff like that, but Way Too Early for me, I think, is going to turn into a little bit of like a Monday morning TED Talk type of thing, just to get people amped up and get myself amped up for the beginning of the week, which is kind of what I was starting that one for. Because I wanted to do something daily, but let me fucking tell you, that's hard. That's really tough. Getting up every morning, like, at a good time is tough alone, unless you're like, I know, like, working like a normal job, I guess, where you like need to be there by a certain time or something like that. If I'm on a schedule with someone else, it's easier for me to wake up. But if I just like need to wake up, it's so hard for me. But that's kind of what the premise of that was. I was like, I'm just going to force myself to wake up in the mornings and fucking record this podcast and push it out. But it's honestly a lot of work. So I think I'm going to do that every Monday. Do like a Monday morning, because everyone fucking hates Mondays. This one, I still want to, talk about life and stuff. It's going to be a little less serious at times. But I do want to, talk a little bit of serious stuff and share about what I do. And what I do is a lot of different stuff. For an income, I'm a photographer / videographer. The main person I work with is Chris Powell. He's a tattoo artist at Aisle 9 Tattoo in Centerville. Should check out his Instagram. I do basically most of the work for his Instagram and his Facebook page. His pages page, not his personal one, even though like he still posts some of my work there too. But see, like, and I just did like a bunch of stuff. I'm kind of out of breath because I've been doing like fucking chores and shit all day. So this is like, I've been building up to this all day, and I'm like winded because I'm by myself and I have to talk. But you can check him out. God, I need to go back to the gym. So bad. So bad. But anyway, you can check out his Instagram at Chris Powell Tattoos. And then basically his Facebook page is the same. And then Aisle 9 is, I think it's just Aisle 9 Tattoo, but the number 9, not spelled out. He's the main person I work with. I do freelance stuff here and there. Right now, I'm not on wheels because, as you guys will learn through hearing stories of mine, I have horrible luck with vehicles. Just god awful. But since I went self-employed last year, I have to get a 1099 this year to even prove that I work a job. So that's kind of what I'm waiting on. But yeah, I do freelance work, just like not so much, not as much as I would like to, but this summer I'm booking for that. So that's kind of what I do. And, I've been delving like pretty deep into that stuff, I like started taking photos when I was 13, cause my stepmom had a camera, and, I never really like took it that seriously, I guess. Like it was really just like a hobby for me for a while. And then I had a camera, I think when I was like 20, and it got stolen out of my, my storage unit, or it was like, I, lived in, apartments. Excuse me, there's another burp. See, this is going to happen a lot. I lived in these apartments and we had like an external storage like across the hall, and I had a camera in there because I was cleaning out the apartment, and I literally had it in there for like a day. It was not even that long. And I just so happened to not put the fucking lock on it, and someone stole my camera. So that's that. But yeah, I've always kind of been into, photo, and I like kind of wanted to do let's play videos like way back in the day. And then I kind of stumbled across, I don't even know how I do remember how I found him. If you guys know who he is, his name's Joe Santagato. Right now, he basically does like The Basement Yard, which is another podcast. But he used to do these videos called like Santagato TV, and he kind of blew up on Facebook, and I found his videos that way, doing like people of Walmart or like idiots of the internet. That's kind of how he got his like huge start for me anyway, because I know that's when I noticed him. But I've been following him for like 3 years, I think. And I don't know, like I don't listen to a whole lot of podcasts, but I kept up with him for a long time, and my life got real shitty for a minute. But he was always something that I like enjoyed watching. It was kind of like, I don't watch a whole lot of TV, but I watched his show like a lot. So I don't know, I've always wanted to do something like that, and that kind of led me to this. And then about I don't know, I think it was like July of last year I started working with Chris, doing like photo and video stuff, and since then, like I've kind of just like been preparing for all these things. Like I had never learned so much about my like one of my interest, so I've been kind of cramming my head full for like the last, I don't know, like how many months is that? It's February now, so January, December, November, October, September, August, July. I think I counted that right. I don't know. So 7 months, like it's been a lot. It's been a lot of stuff to learn, but it's been so worth it. And I've been like unbelievably thankful for the opportunities that I've gotten. Once again, shout out to Chris and all the dudes at Aisle 9 for being brothers to me and stuff like that. And sister, I hear you, Liz, you're there. Which brings me to my next point. I want to talk with people about like, what they do. Like I said, I'm going to have people on. I'm just going to talk to them. A lot of them are going to be like my friends and stuff. So you should be expecting a lot of talk about music, because a lot of my friends are musicians. So that's kind of a thing. I want to talk about like I just said, music, and I also want to like talk about movies and stuff because I'm a video guy. And up until, well, I don't know, like, I don't know, sometime after doing all this work, I kind of I can fucking talk. I developed kind of like obviously an interest for film and paying attention to other people's work and stuff like that. So I've been trying to like pay more attention to like modern directors or just directors in general and like pay attention to movies and stuff as I watch them. So I did put something out where I was asking for requests on like movie requests. I need TV show requests. I need book requests and music artist requests. Or I guess you could just send me anything you want me to check out in general. Doesn't really matter what it is, but those are the main things. My goal is to once a week at least watch one movie and listen to one new artist off that list. And the next show, just talk about it. Well, the next time that I'm like by myself, because like I said, I'm going to have people on and whatnot, and I'm going to have things I want to ask them and stuff. But if you guys have anything that you want me to check out or listen to, just send it to me wherever the fuck you know me from or wherever you found this. And I think that's just going to be pretty general. We're just going to talk about whatever comes along, you know, pertaining to those things. This is going to jump around a lot and brings me to my last point. All I actually want to do is entertain people and like, you know, get to know people and like make people laugh and whatnot. So hopefully when you're watching this and you get to know some of the people that come on, because I'm going to have people on like quite frequently, like that have already been on. We're a pretty cool crew, and it's not even just like a small crew of people because we don't like none of the people that I'm really going to have on hang out all the time. It's like I know one person from here and another person from there. I just know like a ton of different people. So it's going to be really cool to have everyone on and just like kind of like show people off. There's going to be a bunch of, like I said, musicians. So I'll be able to like share their music if they're down with it and whatnot, which I think that'd be cool. Like, I don't know where you guys are watching this from, so you might hear something new. I am out of breath. Okay. I usually do that to myself when I'm like talking. I jibber jaw a lot. And I don't know if someone's usually like, hey, shut the fuck up, Tim. Jesus Christ. I need that in my life, like really bad. Anyway, I wanted to give, where am I sitting at on time? How long have we been going now? It's only been 15 minutes. That's dope because I have to take breaks like every 20, 25 minutes or so because my camera can't continuously record, but we're looking pretty good so far. It's not, this episode's probably not going to be super long. I'm just going to like, you know, give you the basics. There'll be other times where I have things to talk about and whatnot, but I'm going to jump into giving you guys like my top 5 music artists and then my top 5 movies. I'm not going to be able to give these in any particular order because I'm not like totally a favorites person, but I am too. Like it's hard for me to pick my top 5 because I have like favorites of, you know, different things. So music, I would say number one favorite is Counterparts. I would say my number one favorite band is Counterparts, and they've just like, I don't know, that like I said with the Basement Yard, how I appreciate them so much. Like Counterparts just kind of stuck with me, and they never left. So they've always been one of my favorites. Pink Floyd, I'd say, is probably number 2. My dad, you know, influenced me with music growing up, so that was a big thing. Number 3, Animals as Leaders. Basically the same thing, but for them, you know, they kind of introduced me to understanding more about what music is and what music can be. And that's always influenced me in a lot of different areas of my life. Number 4, that's tough. Going through my my Spotify right now. Also, I'll give another thing that I do with my guest is I do a Spotify raid. So I have them pull out their phone and tell me what they listened to last. And for me, it was the self-titled album by Darknet, released in 2016. It was dope. But I don't know. Number 4, number 5. I didn't really think this through very much. My top 5 kind of floats around. You know what I'm saying? Because like certain artists will take the place of another, and like there's not much you can do after that, dude. But I'm gonna catch flack for this because I haven't known him for a super long time. I'd say Russ is in that top 5, and Belmont. So I really, really fuck with Belmont too. I don't have like banger, like favorite artists. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird. I don't know. I feel like everyone listens to like has at least a couple like popular bands that are like tops for them. I just don't like. All mine are super weird, and I feel like in particular to me, I don't know. But I obviously Russ is pretty popular. But most of the time he gets shit. Like, you know, people dog on him or dog on other people that listen to him. Like, fuck you. Okay? Fuck you. I don't really care. But that's my top 5. My top 5 movies. Number 1, easy, is Interstellar. I think Interstellar is the best movie that's ever been made. Hands down. That's totally biased, but it's my fucking list. Number 2, The Goonies. Fucking love The Goonies. Okay? Nickname was Chunk growing up. So, I mean, that's that. And I can still truffle shuffle. And no, you may not. That is a Patreon special, which I don't have yet. We'll get there. I'll truffle for you eventually. But Goonies is number 2. After that, it's kind of like up in the air. I really like horror movies. It's tough. It's tough. I also like. I think Prince of Egypt's in there. Yeah, I think Prince of Egypt's in there. It's like one of my favorites. Honestly, The Road to El Dorado might be in there too. Those are like 2 really fucking good movies, and I like them a lot because I really like ancient cultures and ancient civilizations and stuff. So those are fucking phenomenal. That's tough, dude. I don't have favorites of things very often. It's like tough for me to decide. I'm so indecisive about things. Probably the Mothman Prophecies. Super weird. There's like, I mean, I really enjoyed it because of like certain things in it, but I don't know. But some honorable mentions. I really like The Conjuring, and basically any horror movie I'm gonna watch. Like, I'll watch just about any horror movie with you, but I'll be damned if you got me going to a fucking haunted house or like a haunted maze or something like that. Fuck that. I am never going to one of those things ever. Are you serious? I'll fucking die, or someone else will die. I don't know. I don't even want to know what will happen to me if I go in there. Don't you fucking tell me that I'm just going to go in there and walk out the other end just fine. Do you know what a panic attack is? No? Okay. Then I'm not fucking going. All right. Next question. Where the fuck? Where? Okay. So like I said earlier, we're going to take a quick break because my camera can't last that fucking long. Guess it could use some Viagra. Man, I wish they had fucking sponsors. Get me a fucking sponsor to Viagra. Do it. Okay, let's go. I'll see you guys in a second. Welcome back to Studio 475. I literally didn't go anywhere to you guys. I literally was sitting here a second ago. Okay, anyway. So like I said earlier, I'm a photographer / videographer, and I haven't always been. For a really long time, I really wanted to play music, and I don't really do that anymore. I don't have instruments and stuff like that, but I played guitar for like I would say like on and off for 10 years. On and off, meaning that I would like get in spots where I didn't really play, so I'd sell my gear and then I'd buy a bunch of shit back. And, you know, after a while doing that, I kind of lost interest in playing guitar. But for a while on the back burner, like I said, not really taking it very seriously. I've been like practicing the vocals and stuff, but obviously in the forefront of everything, I've been like wanting to podcast and do more photos and videos. So one question that I've gotten from a couple people is like how I have like why I do like moody, or I guess like I'm trying to assimilate like several questions that I've gotten from people. I guess like how did my style or like how do the things that I do come out the way that they do and why? And I guess I would just consider that my style or my vibe or whatever. I like something like I like things that are moody and nostalgic. That's like the biggest thing for me. And how I'm influenced to get that way. Like I would say music is like a big thing for me. Counterparts is like low key a super depressing band, but I relate to a lot of the things that they say in their music. Like Jesus, that's like burp number 4. I am sorry, guys. I'm just thankful that you don't have to smell them. Even though my burps don't smell, thank God, because some people's fucking burps are rip, dude. Like almost worse than farts, honestly. Like some people, I don't even get that. How is it that some people have burps that are worse than farts? There's got to be some kind of scientific thing behind that. Is it like food that will get stuck up top? It starts to smell and it goes up the fucking other way and doesn't go the other way. Also, does gas get pushed out your butt because poop is like pushing it down? I am so sorry. I don't even know how we got there. I this fucking like checklist thing isn't helping me very much. Like anyway, yeah, a lot of my influences come from music, to be honest with you. Counterparts is like a super depressing band. They're real moody. And I relate to a lot of that. Animals as Leaders is like almost meditative. Like if I need to be in a new place, like a new mindset, they really help me get there. Russ, like Russ just makes me feel accomplished, you know? I really appreciate that about him because like He's got songs about nonsense. Like every artist is gonna have that. I've had to give that up in critiquing some of the things that I listen to, I care about. But he just makes me fucking feel good when I'm listening to him. You know what I'm saying? And like, I need that sometimes. I need something to put on and know that I'm just gonna like enjoy it no matter what. You know what I'm saying? So he's kind of like an accomplishment thing for me. But a lot of my stuff is like coming out moodier now. I guess like more intimate, I guess more vocalized. I don't know if that makes sense, but like I want certain aspects of my photo to come out more. And like I guess like that's the whole thing with art is it's not always going to mean I could post a photo of something that I was like, man, I am so proud of this photo and I love it so much. And like no one else is really going to understand why unless it's like a clearly unbelievable photo or it's like really, really good. But you know, there's a lot of things that I post and it's actually a lot more meaningful to me than people understand. And I'm not sure how exactly I can vocalize those things without ruining like the novelty of just putting it out there, not explaining it and just like letting people find the beauty in whatever they see in it. So I guess that's one reason for my podcast. I want to talk about some of my photo shoots or like some of the video edits that I do sometimes. I also have a YouTube channel that I'm going to be posting more on frequently about like photography and filming specific, but I'm just kind of like building up my experience, you know, before I start like really trying to advise people. I know quite a bit just from trial and error because I don't know, I'm a hands-on person. So for a while, looking things up on the internet didn't really do me that much. Um, but I mean, I've gotten better with that. But for me, it was like fucking up, like nonstop, making mad fucking mistakes left and right. And you're gonna do that anyway. But for me, I'm like still trying to make some more mistakes before I start like really trying to help you guys out. But I'm gonna post like here and there, and of course. This is going to have a YouTube channel of its own for Studio 475. And also, you'll be able to find this on, hopefully, Spotify, iTunes, and all like, SoundCloud and all like the other, like, good shit. Excuse me. But, yeah, I mean, that's really it. That's really all I wanted to talk with you guys about for today. I'll have some more topics. Like I said, I'm going to review things. I'm going to talk about so many different things, like so much shit. Some of the things that I want to get into, I want to do like portrait photography this summer. I saw photos like scrolling. Dude, something super weird lately that I've been doing. I've been like researching Renaissance painters, like Leonardo da Vinci. I've been like up his ass, like paying attention to everything that he does and like, like learning about his routine. A YouTuber, Matt Vella, he put out a video talking about Leonardo's. No, it wasn't him. It was a guy that basically looked like Matt Vella or Davala, whatever the fuck you pronounce his name at. But he was basically trying out Leonardo da Vinci's like sleep schedule, like routine thing where he only slept for like 20 minutes at a time. And that was basically it. He did not have like extended periods of sleep ever. But yeah, I've been like looking up stuff like that. And like, I don't know, for some reason, I've kind of gotten into the idea of doing portrait photography in the art form of like a Renaissance painting. I don't know if that makes sense, but like kind of using that to influence me. So I kind of want to do photos like that this summer. Maybe I can have some fucking people volunteer because that would be dope. I definitely want to travel. I want to make more like videos for me on top of like, I like the whole cinematic thing. So, I want to try and do like short films or at least a short film or a short story or something, this summer. I think that'd be great. I have someone I want to collab with, my dude, Mike. Don't know how to pronounce your last name exactly because it's insane. But me and him are going to be collabing a lot. He's another film guy that I know from working at All 9. But yeah, that's Studio 475. And I did not explain, I don't think, what Studio 475 means. But if you're interested and you've actually listened all the way through, you would be able to find out that on episode 3. I'm not going to tell you who it's with, but someone asked me, okay, my second guest out of the list I have asked me. I thought it was going to take more, but I mean, looking back, I kind of made it seem like people took forever to ask me, even though I like kind of came up with it while I was branding this stuff. But that is the first episode of Studio 475. Yeah, it's literally just me. I'm just going to be talking about literally everything, but I will tell you, I've got a couple guests. The next episode is going to be my buddy, Cody Reck. He's my best friend. One of them anyway. I don't know. How do you define best friend when you love so many people, the way that I do? But I don't know. But he's on for the next episode. We're going to talk about some cool stuff. And then episode 3, I was literally just saying I wasn't going to tell you, but I'm going to tell you. Episode 3 is with my buddy Joseph Welford. We're going to talk about a bunch of music stuff with him because that's like, he's a fucking music guru in my opinion. One of the many that I know, but he knows this fucking shit. But it's going to be a pretty cool time. And then when I get back on next, I think that I'm going to be doing a review of the movie Ginger Snaps. And who do I have for my artist? Let me find out real quick. My artist for next week is the Michael Stanley Band. So I will be reviewing the Michael Stanley Band and Ginger Snaps, the movie Ginger Snaps. But that is all for this episode of Studio 475. If you like the show, please give me a like, a subscribe, a follow, a thumbs up, whatever the fuck it is that you're watching this on. That would be great. You can find me on Instagram. I'm not sure what the handle is yet. I don't know if I've even taken care of that just yet. Fuck. See, there's so many things that you have to take care of when you do all this shit on your own. But I'll actually post it somewhere this time. But you can find me on Instagram. You can add me on Facebook. I'm sure I'll have a Facebook page for this as well. Maybe a Twitter. I don't really fucking use Twitter. I don't necessarily understand it because I post everything I want to on Facebook anyway. But and then, like I said, you can find me on YouTube as well. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next episode.